afternoon, Dr. Fab.
I'm with you. Good afternoon, Moms Aloud crew, everybody. Happy to be here today.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Sending hugs and kisses from here. Yeah.
Happy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You didn't send our salad. It's attacked before the first. Anyway. All right. Yeah. So how are we today?
Yes, last week.
Yeah.
Last week we took an excuse for you. We said you were on your way for Ile Odun.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Ah.
We thank God. Yeah.
Good to have
Yeah.
you again.
Happy to be here today.
I'm going to be asking random questions. So, I'll be starting with you. We're going to
All right.
We're going to be asking random questions on the female health.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing basically. Yeah. How's that question that you had wanted to ask?
No, me. I think you're in Morocco. I think I want to ask you.
Okay, Dr. Fab, thank you. Welcome once again. We missed you last week.
I missed you all too. In fact, I wish I could just connect while I was on transit, but there will be a lot of interference. So I apologize.
And we're doing a petition with that.
Yes. All right. No problem.
We're talking about that edition even after then, no?
All right. No problem.
And so I think we liberated them.
It's good.
I'm going, okay, now I have that.
Yeah. There's even something
trendy.
Yes, I did. Yes, of course I can. Somebody was even meant to send dollars to my account. I just let him in.
You didn't forget that part.
I did not, though. You know, women and money, they are like 5 and 6.
Because the answer you gave them satisfied them very well.
It was very soothing. Yes, it was a soothing response. They needed more of it anyway. Did you see the picture that was online of a man that was buckling the shoes of his daughter? Sorry.
Yes, I saw it this morning.
In fact, I want dads allowed to talk about that. Please, we will give them to talk about it much later.
All right.
It's a very viral picture that, daddies will always take care of their female children. But do they take care of moms as the way they take care of their female children? That's $1 million question. I wish we can have them in the studio, their mothers too, and we can be asking those questions and exchanging them someday soon. Yeah. So I'm listening to your question. Sorry for the digression. Yeah.
Our doctor, ma. With what we just said now that if you see father taking care of their daughter and they are not taking care of their mother like that,
yes.
Is there the wife like that? Yes. Is there any way that can affect the reproductive organ of the mother? You know, when your husband is not giving you do you understand the support?
I understand. Not giving you the other room dosage as a friend do.
Would that not affect you?
Yeah. Generally.
What I wanted to ask initially, Dr.
Yes.
Fab, is there's this hormonal imbalance that has been going on for some time now. So as you raised it, I was like, okay, hormonal imbalance. What causes hormonal imbalance?
Yeah.
Like something like this.
There is emotional hormones, hormones for emotion.
Yeah.
So when that one is your what? So it can affect you in
yeah.
No, I'm not a doctor.
I'm with you.
Elijah is a psychologist.
Oh, I can see. He's teaching us the word. Yes.
So yes, you know, when those things is not coming, that you are not feeling happy.
Yes.
That is affecting your hormones.
Yes.
That's not how you able to perform very well.
Yes.
And it can cause hormonal imbalance.
Exactly.
So Latifa and Inka's questions are related.
Yes.
You respond to those there.
Okay.
Other ones to ask there.
All right. Very good. Thank you. There's an entity called hormonal imbalance. especially when the woman starts talking about menses not being regular. So we say irregular menses, even though there are 1,001 things that can cause irregular menses. But let's just even briefly talk about the hormonal imbalance. We all know that females, we have what we call the female hormones. We have progesterone, we have estrogen, we have estradiol. And all those things together with all the other hormones that we know, like cortisol, like oxytocin, like even women, they have the male hormone called testosterone. But then we have it in a quantity that is okay for the females. So when there's an imbalance in all these hormones, that's when we say, oh, the hormones are imbalanced. And the woman will now start having issues. She's supposed to menstruate for 5 days. She can menstruate for 15 days. She's supposed to have some moderate flow. She can start menstruating with as if it's tapped. And again, at times, she might not even see the menses outright, or she sees it as pain. So all those things, we cannot just look at the woman in the face and say, oh, yours is hormonal imbalance. In fact, she's also includes things like maybe when she presses her nipple, she's seeing some milky discharge when she's not even lactating. That one we call hyperprolactinemia. That one is another hormone. Now, we need to know that even though a woman is having hormonal imbalance, other things can cause this imbalance in her. When a woman is unhappy, she can have hormonal imbalance. When she's financially constrained, when she is in poverty, she's impoverished, and nobody is settling her problem, she can have hormonal imbalance. When she has stress, she works 24 hours, 7 every day, she can have hormonal imbalance. When she changes her environment, she can have hormonal imbalance. When she's mentally disturbed, her husband is not giving her attention, her children are wayward, she's having issues, she has mental instability. That can cause hormonal imbalance in her too. Also, there are some drugs that can happen that a woman can take and she can be having all those things. So it's not enough to just say, oh, you have hormonal imbalance. You need to see the gynecologist that will now tell you the exact cause of what your imbalance is. That is one on the side. Yes, and the way to go about it. Just don't go to a quack. Don't go to a pharmacist and say, I have hormonal imbalance. My blood is black. Maybe the thing is contaminated. They will give you flagyl. They will tell you to go and take lemon. It will flush your intestine or flush your womb. The womb is not connected to the intestine. They are separate organs. So you just need to see your gynecologist. Then talking about a woman that has not been getting attention from her husband and all the attention has been diverted to the children. That is an individual issue within a family. Just like the way some men too will complain that when a woman gives birth, she doesn't even have time for her husband anymore. She's breastfeeding the baby, she's bathing the baby. So all those things are interwoven. And when WHO describes or defines what we call health, it says it's the absence of disease, you understand? But again, a woman or a man must also have what we call mental balance. She must even have what we call spiritual health. If it is church you want to go to, go to. If it's the mosque you want to go, go. Because in our environment, it's not enough for us to be free of disease. If you don't have a connection with a supernatural being, which you know is God, you might be having problems. If somebody steps on something, she might say, oh, it is the witches in the village. But if you are synchronizing your health with your mind, soul, and body, then you have an optimized global health. So all those things, they are not just things we see on the surface. They are all interwoven, and there has to be a balance. So as a woman, as moms, always, you should be able to strike a balance between all these things. That's the summary, because I know time is perfect.
All right, thank you very much. I wanted to ask, just a minute, just provide an answer to this in a minute.
Okay.
Now, let's assume that the woman's hormonal imbalance is not caused by the use of any drug.
Okay, she's sure.
Okay, you just tell me where I like seeing some things that could cause hormonal imbalance. Maybe she's not happy, she's mentally unstable, the husband is not attending to her emotional needs, and all of those. Yes. Now, what would you advise? Because I'm sure if those are the causes of the hormonal imbalance, I'm not sure that the doctor has answer.
Okay.
To such questions. So, because today we're talking about growth in women, mental growth, development.
Yes.
So, from on our own part, what are the things that she can do that could help non-medical things.
The first thing first is it's always good not to be in denial. A lot of us in this part of the world will be told we have this, we have that, and we are saying, Orimiko, God forbid, it's not in my family, it can never happen to me. It is never a sin to have a condition, but it is a crime upon oneself to have that condition and deny. Exactly. So if you think your own is spiritual attack, if you think somebody has thrown, they call it offer in Yoruba, no problem. I'm not going to fight you with it. Our case is not going to be that case of a Nollywood movie when the doctor will come out and say, madam, we've tried everything. Nothing is working. Go to the village. As professionals, you come to the professionals and we tell you what you need. You could actually need what we call a mental health therapist. You could just need a clinical psychologist that needs to understand your whole being, talk about it in a relaxed mood. You could even join a club that you have similar problems. So not everything is spiritual. And the truth is, even when doctors, professionals are trying to cure a woman or a man, we still have all these things surrounding it to make it work. So if you know that your problem is spiritual, go to church, go to mosque, but also always consult your doctor, your professionals, not quack. So that wraps it up.
Thank you very much.
Yes. A lady gave birth. Before she gave birth, I mentioned that it's always 4 days. So after
the flow days.
Okay, it's always what? 40 days. 4 days. Okay.
4.
I can hear you. FOUR 4. Yeah.
Yes. But after she gave birth, it's now 2, sometimes 3. Is it normal?
It's normal. It's not abnormal. Now, listen to this. A normal menstrual cycle is 28 days. Now, it could be plus or minus 7 days. We all know mathematics, even if they force us to do math. That means that period could actually be 21 to 35 days. So if there's any difference that is within 7 days, plus or minus, the woman is fine. But most women, once they miss it by 1 day, they are afraid. Once they miss it by 2 days, am I pregnant? They will quickly go and take something to flush. So a difference of
Dr. Fab.
Sorry.
She's talking about the flow.
Yes, even with the flow, it's not abnormal. Okay. At times it could increase a little bit, at times it could reduce. For instance, some ladies, when they take sugar, they might have a much larger flow. The quantity is more. Some people, if they travel, their menstrual flow might be scanty. So that's why I was talking about hormones has things to do with environment, with stress. So it's not abnormal. But if the menses now stops completely and she's not pregnant, that's when we now need to know what is causing it. So she's fine. There's no problem. Yeah.
Wait, there's a fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
My question is, I want you to give us some. How do I put it down? Okay. Is there any relationship between not checking your the state of your, how do I do it? Is it pap smear?
The state of your cervix.
Pap smear. Is it pap smear? Is it pap smear?
Pap smear. Then this HPV. HP something.
HPS for MPS. Is it HPS for MPS? Oh, HPV, human papillomavirus. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. How often do you think one should do?
Please, as women.
What are the dangers of not doing it?
Yes. For every woman that has attained puberty, she has breast, she has started menstruating, she has axillary hair, she has pubic hair. And if that woman has started having sex, now that sex, let's talk about normal SEX, it could also be even if that lady has been raped, whether we know or we don't know. But if we get the information that this woman is no longer a virgin, then pap smear should be done every 3 years, once in 3 years. Once in 3 years. She keeps on doing it until she reaches the age of like 55 and above or 60. Then we can say she's free. Then an addendum to that is, even if you don't want to do, you've done once, twice, and they say it's normal, go and collect the HPV vaccine. There's one we call Savarix. There's one, it's not something you just go and buy. It's not off-the-counter drug. But there's one that is called Savarix. There's one that is called Gardasil. Once you have done it and it's negative, to be on the safest side, so that you will not have that risk of having cervical cancer, then just take the vaccine. It's very affordable now. It's in 3 doses. You understand? Okay. So, but as a woman, even if you can't afford the vaccine now, make sure you screen yourself every 3 years. And your HMO package can pay for it. It's not expensive. Pap smear is not expensive. 10,000 max. And some companies even do it as a package for medical checkup for their staff.
Medical screen.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So it's fine like
Thank
that.
Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome.
We appreciate you very much.
Yes.
We have to have you around again.
No problem.
We have to go now.
Yeah, no problem.